Welcome back! Another week at Caspian Acres.
Yes.
So we're going to give you an update. This is mid-September and lots happening at the farm.
Yes.
Yeah, what should we start with?
I don't know. What should we start with? It's kind of boring, you know? Nothing too interesting or adorable around here. Hi, Heidi. I'm so full. Aww.
So yeah, the puppies they're growing really fast. They're like triple in size now. It's unbelievable how fast they're growing. And it blows my mind. So their eyes stay closed for 2 weeks. So they only been 1 week. So they're gonna have their eyes closed for another whole week.
Or 2 weeks. So it says,
2
2
to 3 weeks in total before they open their eyes, and 3 to 4 weeks before they can start hearing.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. Like they're in this world, but all they can do is just try to sniff mom and then find her.
And sometimes they think other things are mom, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
So they're so vulnerable at this stage, but mommy is doing a good job taking care of that.
And one thing that we noticed with pigs, the first time we had pigs, we were like really on edge about everything, any noise, anything. And I think when they were about 2 to 3 weeks old, we heard screaming coming from the farrowing pen. So we run out, check on the pigs, and it's just them drinking from mom. And because when they all drink from mom, they get so excited, they just start like screaming like something's trying to eat it. It's terrifying noise, but that's just what they do when they drink.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with the puppies. We were inside, and because we were really again on edge, we're just listening for anything because this is the first time we've done this. And we heard screaming. We thought maybe Banda was sitting on a puppy or something. Come running out, and no, they're just like pigs. They're just like so excited about suckling from mom that they make screaming noises.
They don't always scream,
No.
but I think sometimes maybe they get competitive with their siblings, and then they're trying to push them aside, and then they start to scream.
Yeah, but it's really a scary sound. Like, you come running up thinking you're expecting something to be squished or something.
Or suffering or something.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're just drinking milk.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just very excited.
In other news, we're being invaded by bugs.
Oh my gosh!
It's crazy. This place is like full of bugs right now, like everywhere. And the worst bug right now that like constantly in our space is are these bugs called Western Conifer Seed Bug.
Yeah. Or Leptoglossus occidentalis is the Latin name.
Yeah, we had to research to find out what it is because we were worried at first a little bit. Thought maybe it was one of those invasive stink bug species, but they're just a native species and they just feed on conifer seeds. Yeah. So at this time of year, they multiply their population and they try to go out there and breed before winter. And they also go to get to warm places to hide.
Yes.
So whenever we have any sort of shelter, it doesn't need to be even actively warm. So vehicles, campers, trailers,
shirts,
anything. You just walk around and then sometimes you walk around and then they just land on your head and get stuck in your hair.
People mistake them for stink bugs actually. They're not actually a stink bug. So but they do produce a smell when you squish them or if you disturb them. They produce a smell like a stink bug, but they're not actually classified as a stink bug. So, but they have a beautiful they have a beautiful. They
Design.
look beautiful. Yeah,
they have a cool design on them.
Yeah, they're really
and
pretty.
you know, they're actually it's not the from all the
They're
bugs
harm-
that could be
yeah.
made. They're not the worst.
They're harmful. They don't bite.
Yeah.
They don't eat your food. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, there you go. They don't bite.
They don't
eat
really
food.
carry disease or anything.
Yeah.
They're just there. You just have to watch not to squish them. And
been-
even if you
it's been
squish them, it's
brutal.
not the
No.
worst. They don't even sting that bad. It's just
No.
like a chemical.
Yeah, or even perfumey a little bit. but-
Yeah.
I don't know. And like there was one, or we hung up the rain pants, and I hung up a rain pants on the ladder after a rain, and then there's a bit of a crease in it. So I went to go take the rain pants off to put them on, and there was like 30 of these stink bugs all in the crease. And then you surprise them, so they all put the smell out. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so gross. But
If a bunch of them go off at the same time, it's pretty
it's
strong.
bad,
Yeah.
and they just get everywhere. But it's intense. It's in like there. You can't walk around without at least 10 of them flying, and they attach. They have grips that they can hold on to you, and they hold on to your clothes and hair. Oh boy.
So if you're in Tushenia or other places in BC, you've probably seen these bugs around.
Especially if you
so-
have conifers.
Yeah.
Again, we're
Anywhere
surrounded by
close-
conifers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Close.
keep an eye out.
Yeah, but don't be alarmed. They're not
No.
harmful. They're just bugs.
And they'll go away. They have their time, and then they'll
Yeah.
disappear.
They should calm down pretty
So,
soon here.
Yeah.
What else are going on?
What
here?
else? Well, we have had a few kinks in our farm plans. Get it? Kinks. The name of our ram. Anyway, so when we were preparing all of our sheep for our move here, typically we keep the ram separate from the ewes until it's time for breeding season, which I usually put the ram in September, so we have lambs about February, and then they're ready to be sold to homes April, May, when the demand is high and people are looking for lambs to add to their flock. But this year, because we're off grid, we don't have access to heat lamps. We decided we want to kind of go to the natural cycle and lamb, late April, May, so a bit later. So I wasn't going to let kinks have access to the ewes until November, December. But yeah, we also during our move we didn't want to have to keep the ram separate from the ewes. So I looked online research. People use ram aprons. So basically it's a strap that you put around their midsection, and then it has a weighted cloth. So if he goes to mount a ewe, it blocks anything from happening. So your ewes don't get pregnant. And this made it easier for our move. We can put the ram in with the ewes, and everyone can live together and be happy. And then we pasture our sheep. We rotationally graze them. So every 5 to 7 days we move our sheep to a new pasture. And again, we just left kinks with the girls because the apron seemed to be working perfectly fine.
Hi, Heidi. Over here.
The other day, I went out and noticed his apron had been ripped off. So he has the strap around his belly, but no apron. And it's only mid-September, which would mean we would have mid-February lambs, which is not cool. I'm hoping that, we had rainstorms yesterday. Maybe they kind of just hung out and didn't do much yesterday, but you might be getting a video in mid-February about unexpected lambs.
I hope not.
So yes, as much as you try to keep control on the farm, you never actually have control. It's always an illusion. They're gonna do what they want, and things are gonna happen like this. So again, one of the biggest things about being a farmer is being adaptable. So you have to be able to adapt and and be able to take a breath and just realize that you can't control everything. So
we got a date on the calendar just in case. So we're gonna have to prepare it just in case.
Just in case. So
so
farm
see.
life.
We'll see what happens next year.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. What other we did a pretty cool project. You built those seed beds, so we're gonna take people and show them around how we did the seed beds for starting our nursery. So here we are with our air pruning bed, and we thought this was a good time to show how we're building them. We have one that's finished here and one we're just in the process of filling it up. And these air pruning beds, I first heard about them through YouTube from Akiva Silver from Twisted Tree Nursery. but there are a bunch of videos out there about how the people are using these. But basically, the idea is we want to naturally stratify our seeds, so to grow our rootstock for the orchard, so for our nursery. And so we'll plant seeds here, and many of them, the rootstock will grow next year, and then we'll transplant them and graft them to get our fruit trees that we want. And then you build these, so can you tell us a little bit how you built them?
Well, we had these old drying racks hanging around that we used to use actually for the pig pens and for baby ducklings and chicks and stuff. We repurposed them into this. So the screens on these though are 1 inch by 1 inch, so still too big. Lets rodents in from the bottom, which will get in and eat the seeds or eat any sprouts or anything, destroy things. So we put the finely meshed hardware cloth underneath, and then we layered the cardboard over top just to provide moisture and a bit more barrier and keep soil in better. And then took the screens off the next two. We wanted a bit deeper, because we have such a variety of seeds that we want to plant. So we have the two for depth, and then we leave the screen on the top one, and we'll put that on top, and that'll do that. Then that way, and then cover, that way moisture can get in, and everything like that. So
it should work out. We already seeded this one, and to remember what we actually put in, we have these aluminum label tags that we just write on them.
From pop cans, cut up pop cans.
It works perfectly. It's the only way we found that actually doesn't get destroyed over time. Under the weather. And then the little distance here will eventually stop the root from going too deep. So when we are going to transplant the seedling out of this bed, it will make it much easier. So that's the idea behind the air pruning. Another really neat project is not quite a project, but the start of a project.
Yes.
So this week I've been looking everywhere because we have a few shelters that we have to build here. We have to build a banya and a shelter before winter, so that we can live here comfortably over winter. We might get locked here with the snow, so we might have to spend extended period of time without even being able to leave this place. So one of the things we want for sure is a banya, so that we can get really warm and comfortable, and a nice shelter with a fireplace, so that also again for winter it would be really nice. So I've been searching around trying to find lumber, and it's very difficult to find good source of lumber here, but found this guy online. His name is Jason, and he lives in Argenta, and he's got a little bandsaw mill, and he's been a logger all his life, so he's got tons of experience with trees and logging and cutting lumber. So anyway, he just runs his own mill in the middle of nowhere in the forest somewhere near Argenta, and he said he'd be totally up for trading. So we set up, bartering, and I love that. Like the culture here is so. People here are so open to barter and just trading, and that's amazing. Like we've traded so many things. We got the wood stove just traded with someone, and a lot of other stuff. It's people really want to support each other too, but you have the mentality, why bother? If you trade things, that makes everything simpler for everyone.
Exactly.
So I actually got a really big load. I got over 2 tons of lumber. So a good thing I took the big truck. So he was very generous, and he also, if you're in the area and if you're close, he's open to custom orders. So if you give him a shout, I'll put his number in the description if you want to get in touch with him. Lucked out. We got really good load of cedar planks and 2x6 fir, really good quality fir. And so pretty excited now. We're gonna be busy. I'm gonna be really busy building. So we'll have some projects coming up soon. Now we'll keep you posted about those as well.
Thank you everyone again for joining in another one of our videos.
Yes, then please feel free to like and subscribe and share the video, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Yeah.